Hey everybody, it's your friend and your guy, Gardiner. Today I'm here again with Steam Deck news because it's that time of the week. Now it's been a couple weeks since I actually did one of these videos because I went on vacation. I'm really excited to tell you how traveling with the Steam Deck went for me, flying on a plane and driving in cars and stuff like that. So stick around to the end of the video because we're going to be talking about it. But before we do, I want to get back to talking about Steam Deck news because it's really exciting stuff. First, let's talk about stability issues. Now, am I the only one who's having stability issues with the Steam Deck? I had Emily take a picture of this while we were on our way to vacation, but by God, this has happened several times where the overlay will completely freeze in this state and not show the actual user interface. And hitting the Steam button again won't close the overlay. My only recourse has been to hard reset the device. Similarly, I have been experiencing moments where certain menus won't appear or will only appear after a long, and I'm talking like 10-second delay. Furthermore, I've had sleep mode make the screen go black, but it's still on and you can see it being on. You can also hear the game still playing its sound effects and music through the speakers, but never actually make it to sleep. These issues have only really started within the last few weeks, and I'm hoping that they can be resolved soon with a future update. All right, let's talk about Proton 7.03. So this new version of Proton hit on Tuesday, and it came with a whole host of updates. Some big name games are now playable with this version, including Age of Chivalry, Beneath a Steel Sky, which already has a native Linux version, but Proton is aiming for maximum compatibility of all games, Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers Edition, Cities XXL, MechWarrior Online, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, Warhammer Vermintide, and many others. There were also many bug fixes as well, including fixing crashing in Elden Ring, Deathloop, Mortal Kombat Complete, and also fixing video playback in many titles like Street Fighter V, Ghostwire Tokyo, and others. They also added support for the Windows Gaming Input API, as well as general improvements to Street Fighter V's online matches and Sekiro Die Twice. Are you a Plex user like I am? If you are, good news. The Plex app is now available as a Flatpak via Discover. This is the fully featured Plex application letting you download content for offline playback. You can watch your favorite content wherever you are using the deck, and I think that's pretty nifty. You can install it through Discover and add it to your Steam library to access your favorite self-hosted content. I've been doing these videos for a while, and I just realized that I haven't really been doing game recommendations. If you're looking for a super fun and addictive roguelite for your Steam Deck, might I recommend Shotgun King: The Final Checkmate. Now, I bought this game today as of writing the script, which was actually a couple days ago, and I've already put 3 hours into it. It's more like 10 hours at this point. In the game, you control the Black King check piece. When you start the first floor of the game, it's just you and your trusty shotgun with limited ammunition and movement against the white team consisting of 4 pawns, a bishop, rook, knight, and king. To start, your only goal is to destroy the white king piece with your shotgun, but every floor you complete allows you to choose from 2 sets of cards. One is generally a buff for you in some way, like increasing or decreasing the spread of your shotgun, its effectiveness, or creating a moat to impede white piece movement and more. But you also need to temper your choice of buff card with cards that can give the white pieces new powers as well. Changing which pieces are allowed to spawn, how pieces can move, their range of attack, the HP of different pieces, and other devious cards. The game is incredibly addictive, quite nuanced, and extremely enjoyable. It comes with my highest recommendation, and it plays well on the Steam Deck using the right trackpad. Now, while not directly related to the Steam Deck per se, there's an interesting Twitter thread by Brad Lynch, also known as Sadly It's Bradley, about the new SteamVR beta that's got a lot of interesting stuff in it. First, there seems to be some stuff about the long-rumored Valve Deckard standalone VR head unit. Now, yes, it's called the Valve Deckard, and it is a head-mounted display. It's a VR headset that stands alone. It doesn't have to be plugged into a PC. This is believed to be running a variant of SteamOS, and there's many references to Linux in the datamine. But most interesting to us and what we're talking about today, quote, "A while back we found strings in a leaked Steam Deck OS that showcased what seemed to be a communication service between a Snapdragon chip and an x86 Linux compute unit. It was named FoxNet. Now, it should be noted that the rumors say that this new standalone Valve VR unit will be using a Snapdragon CPU, meaning that a desktop PC might be able to use FoxNet to supplement the compute power of the head unit, but that isn't necessary. Other interesting things discovered in this data mine include references to Deckard dev tools and exclusively in VR Wi-Fi configuration and other settings and tools. Now let me ask you a question. Are you enjoying videos like this? Why not like that smash button and hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the cool stuff that we're doing here on the channel. We're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the summer, and I'm pretty sure we're on track to do it, but only if you help. My friend and fellow content creator Fan the Deck posted a video on Wednesday titled Emulation Mega Guide for Steam Deck. That's all about emulating classic and modern games on the Steam Deck. I've personally been really enjoying emulating my Nintendo Switch on the Steam Deck, for example, and I've been meaning to make a video just like this, but Fan the Deck beat me to it. So go check out his video. It's great. Next up, Spider-Man for PC. Now, Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered now has a Steam page with a trailer and everything. It looks incredible, and I'm very excited to see how it performs on my Steam Deck. I've already added it to my wish list. And just before I was about to finish editing this video, I checked Twitter, and Lawrence Yang, one of the senior guys over at Valve and project leads on the Steam Deck, has tweeted this. Hello to all Steam Deck plus Windows WinDeck enthusiasts. We've just updated the APU driver for Windows on Steam Deck to address issues with Halo Infinite and other titles that regressed recently. New drivers can be found here. So if you're one of like the 8 people who bought a Steam Deck so that you could put Windows on it, you can update your drivers on Windows. That's pretty cool. All right, now we come to the final part of the video. I want to talk about my experience traveling with the Steam Deck. So traveling with the Steam Deck was actually really a great experience. My girlfriend and I flew Delta on the way down to Florida, and I was able to charge my Steam Deck on the plane thanks to the receptacle in front of me. I was worried about my deck though, because I hadn't put it in offline mode before I left the house. It just slipped my mind. We're getting ready to leave. But when it couldn't connect to the network, it was just like, hey, by the way, you're offline now, which it's unobtrusive and it works fine. And I thought that that was a really great experience. Now, I have seen that some people are self-conscious about playing the Steam Deck in public, on a bus or a plane, for example. Many people cited the fan noise and the size of the deck. And that was in the back of my mind as we got on the plane. But once we were allowed to actually pull our electronics out, I found that the deck was not too large at all for use on a flight. Furthermore, airplanes are loud, and even if the Steam Deck's new fan curve hadn't addressed the problems that many people were having, there's no way anyone else would be bothered by the sound of the Steam Deck. And I feel the same would probably be true about a bus or some other type of public transport. Overall, I found traveling with the Steam Deck to be a fun and rewarding experience. I also caught a few people looking at my deck like, dude, how? To summarize, the Steam Deck made my flight go by much more quickly and much more enjoyably. And I'm definitely going to be taking this with me on my flight to Scale this year. Yep, that's right, I'm going to Scale this year. Now, if you're a fan of the channel, or if you work for a cool Linuxy company, hit me up on Twitter or send me an email. I'm gonna try to make some cool content while I'm there, featuring people just like you. But I wanna know what you think. Did I miss a piece of news, or what are the features that you're most excited about with the Steam Deck? Hit me up in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. I want to send a special shout out to Delicious Kashmiri, one of my top tier Singularity members on Patreon. It's because of people like DK that I'm able to continue doing videos just like this. If you believe in the work that I'm doing here and you want to help this show grow, you can use the links below to become a Linux warrior on Patreon or as a YouTube member. And thank you. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one.